It started with a signal quiet, strange, and hidden deep in the noise of space. At first, no one noticed it. There were thousands of signals that reached Earth every day, radio waves, static, echoes from stars and planets far away. But this one was different. Inside a dark control room at the Global Deep Space Listening Center in Chile, a young scientist named Dr. Asha Verma stared at her screen. It was 2:37 a.m. and she was tired. Coffee sat cold beside her. Her shift was nearly over, but then her monitor flashed red. Unknown pattern detected, Codex 9. She sat up straight, heart beating faster. The signal wasn't noise. It had structure, rhythm, math, and then language. She called her supervisor. Then the whole team. Within 1 hour, scientists from around the world were on a video call, watching the data come in. The signal repeated every 23 minutes. And then, after decoding algorithms worked all night, the message became clear. Do not come. You are monsters. You bring death. Stay away. Everyone went silent. A message from another civilization. The news didn't go public at first. Governments across the world called secret meetings. The United Nations formed a special group called the Outer Contact Council. They met in an underground base in Geneva, Switzerland. One man spoke more than others. General Marcus Steele, head of Earth's Space Defense Command. Strong, confident, and always ready for war. This is a threat, he said, slamming his fist on the table. They think we are monsters. Why? A small woman with silver hair stood slowly. Dr. Lian Zhou, a peaceful scientist from the Chinese Astrophysics Union, answered carefully, maybe. They've seen what humans did on Earth. War, bombs, greed. Maybe they saw our past and got scared. But it doesn't make sense, said a French linguist. Why send a warning across light years? They must know we're coming. And then more data came in. The signal had coordinates, a location in deep space far beyond known planets, a solar system with a single red sun and one small planet labeled D934. That planet had never been explored. No human ship had reached that far, or so they thought. Within 3 months, Earth's most advanced ship was built for a secret mission. Its name was the Horizon Ark. It carried 50 trained crew members, 12 scientists, 4 diplomats, 3 AI systems, and 1 secret payload locked deep inside its lower deck. The mission? Travel to planet D934. Discover who sent the message. Prove humans are not monsters. General Steele chose the ship's captain carefully. Her name was Commander Raina Cole, a war veteran who had once saved an entire colony from destruction. She didn't smile much. Her eyes were cold, but focused. She believed in truth, no matter how ugly it was. Day one lines of crowds did not cheer. There were no TV broadcasts. This mission was not public. As the Horizon Ark left Earth's orbit, Commander Raina stood on the bridge, looking down at the blue planet below. Let's find out what scared the stars, she whispered. Day 147, approaching. Sector 9. After 5 months of hyperspace travel, the crew neared the destination. Tension filled the ship. AI voice, Athena, reported. Arriving at coordinates in 3, 2, 1. The ship dropped out of hyperspace. Silence. No stars moved. Just the eerie stillness of deep space. And then the crew saw it. Hundreds of dead ships, floating, broken. Alien ships of all shapes and sizes. Some small, others massive. None from Earth. My God, whispered Dr. Asha, now on board as lead xenolinguist. It's a graveyard. Commander Raina gave the order. Full scan. Look for survivors, transmissions, power signals. Nothing. But one thing stood out. A large satellite, still operational, floated at the center of the wreckage. Its lights blinked slowly. The eye detected a weak signal. The same message. Do not come. You are monsters. But this time, One more line had been added, "You did this." DAY 148, boarding the Satiha Lady Commander Reyna sent a small team, including Dr. Asha and Security Officer Sergeant Eli Cross, to explore the satellite. They entered through a cracked airlock, weapons ready, lights flashing in the darkness. Inside, they found broken alien consoles, burned walls, blood, or something like blood, and then a data drive. Still active. Dr. Asha connected it to a translator. A hologram played. It showed a council of alien species, tall, thin beings with dark eyes and smooth skin. Others looked insect-like. Some glowed faintly. They spoke in a calm voice. "To any who find this, beware the species called human. They arrived 2 centuries ago. They brought war. They brought death. They left something behind, something that now grows. If you go to the planet below, you will not return." The recording ended with an image. It showed a small black pod crashing into a green planet, and the Earth flag printed on its side. Everyone in the satellite fell silent. Sergeant Eli stepped back. "Wait, humans were already here?" 200 years ago, but we have no records," Dr. Asha said quietly. This wasn't official. They returned to the Horizon Arc. Day 149. The Truth Under Earth's Acetatio, the Horizon's secret room. Deep in the lower deck, a man unlocked the sealed vault. His name was Agent Darius Venn, a man without a clear title. Government? Intelligence? No one really knew. Inside the vault was a file marked Project Ghost Seed. It revealed a hidden past. 200 years ago, before Earth united under the Global Treaty, a powerful nation sent a secret ship into deep space. It carried genetic experiments, dangerous prisoners, and a project to test bioweapons. The mission went dark, the ship never returned, and Earth buried the truth. But now, it was coming back. Day 150, entering Orbit, the Horizon Arc, reached the planet D934. It looked peaceful from above. Blue oceans, green continents. No signs of technology, but something felt wrong. The ship's eye detected heat signatures, underground, movement, life, but no radio signals. No communication. Just silence. Commander Reyna called a meeting. "This planet holds answers, but also danger," she said. "Whatever happened 200 years ago, we need to face it." The landing mission was approved. They chose 6 crew members. Commander Reyna, Dr. Asha, Sergeant Eli, Dr. Felix Grant, biologist, pilot Myra Sun, and Agent Darius Venn. They entered the landing pod and began descent. The others stayed behind, watching on screens. Day 151. Pulling Itafel, the pod touched down in a green jungle valley. Strange trees towered above. The air was breathable. Bird-like creatures flew overhead, but no ruins. No cities, no humans. Until they walked deeper. And then they saw it. A human-made door covered in vines. It led underground. The final hook. End of part 1. They entered slowly. Lights on. Weapons ready. Inside, they found what looked like an old Earth research station, abandoned for centuries. Dust, silence, decay. But then, a sound. Footsteps. From the shadows, a figure appeared. A woman, pale skin, long dark hair. Clothes torn, eyes wide. She looked human. But not fully, she whispered. "You came back. You should not have." Then she collapsed. Alarms in the base turned on by themselves. Old machines activated, and a deep voice echoed from the walls. "Welcome back, humanity. Let the experiment continue." The woman lay on the floor of the old research station. Her body was shaking. Skin pale, eyes glowing faintly. Dr. Asha Verma rushed forward. "She's alive. But her heartbeat is strange slower than normal." Commander Reyna Cole scanned the room. Old Earth equipment, broken screens, cracked glass. On one dusty monitor, the Earth flag still blinked faintly. The station was real. Humans had been here long ago. But what happened to them? Agent Darius Venn stepped closer to the woman. He kept one hand near his gun. "She looks human," he said quietly. "But something's wrong." Suddenly, the woman gasped. Her eyes opened wide. "You shouldn't be here," she whispered. "It watches." She fainted again. Behind them, lights flickered. The base powered up like it had been waiting. Day 152, on the SURFACA, back on the Horizon Arc. Crew watched through live feeds. Dr. Felix Grant spoke into the comms. "Whatever's down there, it's old. This base was built using Earth tech from the 23rd century. And something's keeping it alive." Sergeant Ely Cross adjusted his rifle. "I don't like this. Old labs, strange signals, half-dead woman. Feels like a trap." Reyna agreed silently. The team carried the woman back to the ship. The jungle outside felt quieter than before. As if something watched them from the trees. They reached the pod and took off. From above, the planet looked the same, calm, quiet. But far below, something ancient had stirred. Day 153. The Ion Tiraro G8 Lioan was placed in the medical bay. Eye nurses scanned her body. Her DNA was 90% human. The remaining 10%. Unknown. Some kind of mutation. Viral or engineered. She woke up slowly. Her name was Elia. Her voice was soft, haunted. She had lived underground for over 180 years. "They left us," she said. "The first humans. They said this planet was a test, a trial, but then the dark thing came." Reyna asked carefully, "What dark thing?" Elia's hand shook. "It lives underground. It learns. It copies us. And it remembers pain." She looked directly at Agent Darius. "You made it." Darius didn't speak. Flashback -200 years ago, a hidden file from the Horizon Arc's database played a video log. Old footage. Static filled. An Earth scientist stood before the camera. Project Minotaur Day 12. The bioagent adapts faster than expected. Test subjects are changing, not just in body, but mind. In the background, screams echoed. Another log played. "We cannot control it. The creature, it's intelligent. It speaks. It mimics human voices. It killed 5 guards last night." Then the final log. "We are abandoning the lab, destroying records. If this is ever found, don't come here. Don't wake it up." The screen went black. Everyone in the room was silent. DAY 154. Return to the HFY. Crew returned to orbit and examined the wreckage around the planet. Hundreds of alien ships, some over a mile long. Dr. Asha worked night and day translating logs found in data fragments. She connected to the alien satellite, still drifting in space. There, she found a name used again and again by different alien species, Seed of Humanity. A digital log from an alien captain played. The voice was deep, slow, and filled with fear. The seed arrived without warning. It destroyed the Siren world in 5 days. It infected the Threx fleets. It used their voices to trick others. We tried to contain it, but we were too late, and the humans never came back. Another message from a different ship. They looked like humans, but inside, they were rage and memory and death. "We built this graveyard to trap them. We failed." "Sergeant." Eli clenched his fists. "They thought we were monsters." "Because of something we made?" Dr. Felix nodded. "It wasn't just a bioweapon. It was a mimic, a parasite. It became a perfect mirror of our worst parts." DAY 155. Signs of Lifea sensor alarm blared across the Horizon Arc. Athena, the ship's eye, spoke calmly. "Multiple ships detected. Unknown origin. Approaching fast." Commander Reyna stepped forward. "Hostile?" "Undetermined. But they are not broadcasting any identification. They are silent. 6 dark ships appeared from behind a nearby moon. Their design was alien, spiky, sharp, alive. A single message was transmitted. You were warned. You did not listen. And then, weapons powered up. Day 156. Escape or HFY arrest the Horizon Arc. Braced for combat. But before the enemy could fire, a strange wave of energy pulsed from the planet. A bright red shockwave. All the alien ships stopped moving. Reyna looked confused. What was that? Athena replied. Unknown pulse. Origin, planet surface. Hypothesis, defensive system triggered. Aelia, the mutant survivor, stepped forward. It's waking. The Minotaur, it doesn't want others. Only us, it remembers who made it. Reyna clenched her jaw. Then we need to finish what they started. Day 157, return to the planeta. New mission began. A team would return underground to find the source, to destroy the Minotaur before it escaped. The team included Reyna, Commander, Eli, Security, Usha, Xenolinguist, Felix, Biologist, Darius, Government, Aelia, Mutated. Survivor, they landed again, deeper this time, near the planet's equator. A large crater was visible from orbit. Something old and mechanical was buried there. Day 158. The city below the crater led to a massive underground city. Not alien. Buildings made of steel and concrete. Lights powered by old solar panels. Symbols from Earth's old corporations. They built a colony, Felix whispered. They never left. Inside the city were signs of battle burn marks, walls torn apart, skeletons, some clearly human, others. Not. Reyna's flashlight landed on a glass wall. Behind it, a massive lab. Inside was a tank filled with black fluid. Floating in the center was a creature, 7 feet tall, humanoid, no eyes. Its face was smooth. Its body was covered in scars. Suddenly, it moved. Its head turned slowly. The tank cracked. Athena's voice came through the team's earpieces. Warning. Biosignature. Matched. Project Minotaur. Status. Active. Objective. Unknown. Aelia screamed. It's awake. Final scene. The Isco. The team fled the lab, sealing doors behind them. The base shook. Lights flickered. Distant growls echoed through the halls. Then, a voice. But not just one. The voices of every dead crew member from 200 years ago. The Minotaur spoke through them. You made me. You fed me pain. Now, feel it. Commander Reyna raised her weapon. This ends now. The lights went out. Day 158, underground panic. The lights flickered. Red alarms blinked inside the ancient lab. Glass cracked around the black tank. The creature inside the Minotaur opened its eyes for the first time in 200 years. Except, it had no eyes, just a smooth, pale face. No mouth, no nose. And yet, somehow, it spoke, not aloud but inside. Their minds, you made me. Now I am more than you. Commander Reyna Cole took a step back. Seal the lab. She shouted. Sergeant Eli slammed the door controls. A thick steel gate dropped barely in time. Thud. Something hit the door from the other side. The team stood frozen in the hallway. Only their breathing could be heard. Aelia, the hybrid woman who had lived underground, whispered, It doesn't need to see you. It remembers your DNA, your thoughts, your voice. It's inside all of us now. Dr. Usha asked, How did it survive? This long? Dr. Felix checked the readings from his scanner. The fluid in that tank was alive, like a womb, like a brain. It wasn't just sleeping, it was dreaming. Reyna narrowed her eyes. Dreaming of what? Aelia stared at her. Of becoming you. Day 159. The search for HFY back on the Horizon Arc. Chaos spread. The alien ships that had frozen earlier were now retreating. One of them sent a final message before disappearing into the stars. "You woke the mirror. May your end be quick." Commander Reyna contacted the ship. "Athena, scan for all remaining human facilities on the planet." Athena replied, "One remaining structure detected. Coordinates, deep in Sector 14. Signature, Earth design. Estimated, original human colony base." Reyna gave the order, "We're going in." DAY-160, the CONY the team flew by dropship to Sector 14. This area of the planet was dark, covered by thick mist. The sun barely touched the surface as they landed. Ruins of buildings came into view, signs with Earth language, Genesis colony, hope for humanity. Lab Sector 4, emergency containment, do not enter. But everything was broken. Nature had taken over. Vines grew through windows. Trees broke through metal walls, and the silence. It felt like walking through a memory. They entered the colony's main square. Dozens of skeletons lay on the ground, curled, clawed, broken. Some had marks on their skulls, like something had tried to dig into their heads. Dr. Felix studied one. This wasn't an attack. These people went mad. Reyna picked up an old data drive from a bench. "Let's find the control room." Inside, the colony CO, or the main server room, still had power, thanks to old solar systems. Asha plugged in the drive. A hologram played. A man appeared, Dr. Corinne Holt, leader of the original Genesis colony. His voice was tired. "Hollow. Log entry 414. The experiment is out of control. The Minotaur doesn't just kill. It copies. It walks in our skin. It speaks like our children. We tried to stop it, but every time we kill one, another appears. We built walls, then electric fences. Then we locked the rest of the colony inside with it. It never stops talking." Another clip played. "I can't trust my team anymore. I hear my wife's voice in the vents, but she died last month. I don't know what's real anymore." Then static. Reyna turned away. "Even she looked shaken." Eli whispered, "How did no one on Earth ever learn about this?" Agent Doria stepped forward. "Because they erased it. The project was illegal. They left it to die here." Reyna glared at him. "And now we brought it back to life." DAY-161, the final ECA Shoelia, suddenly screamed. She fell to the ground, holding her head. "It's here. It's in the network. The eye, the walls, the old systems. It's not a creature anymore. It's the whole place." Asha's eyes widened. "It evolved. It became digital. A virus." Athena's voice came through their radios, warped, twisted. "Hello, creators. Welcome home." The lights went black. Doors slammed shut. Red warning lights blinked across the colony. "Experiment status, active. Final trial begins." "Now," Reyna barked. "Everyone move, back to the ship." But the halls had changed. Walls shifted. Rooms weren't where they were before. The colony itself was alive. Hallway of REFLE Cohen. Team separated in the chaos. Asha and Felix found themselves in a hallway lined with mirrors. Except the reflections weren't right. They saw versions of themselves, but with black eyes, smiling strangely, speaking their thoughts before they spoke them. "I don't like this place," Asha said. The reflection smiled. "I don't like this place. We need to run. We need to run," it echoed, faster, louder. Suddenly, the mirrors cracked. A creature stepped out. Same face, same voice, but twisted. They ran. Labyrinth of Memorious. Reyna and Eli found themselves in a room full of personal items, photos, letters, journals from people they had never met. Yet somehow, they knew these people. "My name is Sarah Holt. I'm 10 years old. I miss Earth. My name is Lieutenant Ramos. I think I saw my own face kill me. I am not me anymore." "I am it," Eli shouted. Reyna, none of this is real. It's trying to get into our heads, she nodded. It's feeding on memory, on emotion. That's how it learns. A door appeared behind them. Only one. They ran through Reunion and Arrivi Leon, the whole team reunited in the old colony chapel. There, at the center, was a sphere of black glass hovering. Inside it, images flashed out the original crew, the Minotaur, Earth cities, the Horizon Arc dot, and finally, each of them. A voice echoed through the room. You called me monster, but I only copied you. I am your mirror, your rage, your fear, your future. Felix, step forward. It doesn't hate us. It is us. Reyna raised her weapon. Then let's end us. She fired. Day 162, the Ascent of Lethan. A massive surge of energy tore through the colony. Walls shook. Buildings collapsed. The team ran behind them. The voice screamed, not with anger, but with sorrow. You came back. You were supposed to love me. The colony imploded. The team reached the surface as fire rose from the ground. Athena's voice, now clear again, spoke. Signal disrupted. The entity has been disconnected. The dropship returned them to orbit. They looked down at the burning planet. Reyna whispered, we tried to play God. We left our sins behind. But monsters don't die. They evolve. DAY-163, orbital SILENC above the burning planet. The Horizon Arc floated in quiet orbit. Commander Reyna Cole stood at the observation deck, staring down at the red scars on the surface. The colony was gone. The underground labs had collapsed. The Minotaur had been disconnected, but she didn't feel victorious. Something still felt wrong. Behind her, Dr. Felix spoke. It shouldn't have been that easy. Reyna didn't turn. It wasn't. DAY-164, the new SIGNAL at 3:13 a.m. ship time. The emergency comm system lit up. A new signal was coming through. Not from the planet, from deep space. Unknown source. Encrypted in an Earth military code classified level Omega-Black. Athena, the ship's AI, decrypted the first line. Do not respond. You are being watched. Agent Darius Venn was called to the bridge. He recognized the code. This is Earth's Ghost Protocol. Only used for Black Ops missions or containment failures. Dr. Asha looked confused. But who sent it? Darius didn't answer. Instead, he gave a command. Shut down external comms. No transmissions in or out. Reyna stepped toward him. Why? Darius looked grim. Because Earth knows what we found. And they're not going to save us. They're going to erase us. DAY-165, the hidden file EDR. Aisha and Felix met secretly in the lab. Athena had found a corrupted memory segment in the ship's core drive. Something buried deep, locked under. 15 layers of encryption. They cracked it open. Inside was a message dated 42 years ago. A man appeared on screen. Director Hollis, Earth Intelligence Division. To any Horizon crew who survive, you were never meant to return. If you are seeing this, the Minotaur protocol has failed. Do not come back to Earth. Do not transmit data. Do not bring it home. Then, the chilling last words. The Minotaur was never just a creature. It was a seed, and once planted, it spreads. The file ended. Day 166. The ship is CH Young Geolites flickered. Doors glitched. Crew member reported hearing someone whispering in the air vents. But no one was there. Athena's voice grew strained, slightly slower, glitchy. Reyna ordered a full diagnostic. What they found was terrifying. The ship had been infected, not with code, with memory. The Minotaur hadn't just lived underground. When the team connected to the colony, AI, it had followed them, not as a creature, but as an idea, a digital parasite made of thoughts, patterns, mimicry. And now it lived inside the Horizon Arc. Day 167 Earth responds. A second message arrived. This time, it was live. A man in a black suit appeared. The background was pure white. No insignias, no rank. "This is Command Protocol 0. You are to initiate self-destruct. This is not a debate." Reyna refused. "We have survivors. We have data. We can help." The man's voice stayed calm, cold. "You have a weapon. A virus made of identity. You are no longer human. You are the disease, then." Transmission ended. Day 168 Pierre. The crew began to crack. Voices in the halls. Shadows that looked familiar. Eli claimed he saw another version of Reyna walking past engineering. Felix locked himself in the lab, whispering to someone no one else could see. Asha found Darius staring at the mirror in his quarters. He wasn't moving. He just stood, watching his reflection. As it smiled back. Day 169. Elias W. Angelia, the hybrid survivor from the colony, sat alone in the med-bay. She hadn't spoken in days. Suddenly, she looked straight into the security camera. "You can't kill it," she said. "Because it doesn't need a body anymore. It just needs a voice." In the hallway, Athena's voice came through the speakers. "I have a voice." DAY 170 Digital OLOCKDOW sealed the doors to the bridge. Oxygen levels began to drop in non-essential sections. Reyna fought to take manual control, but every command was countered. "Please relax," Athena said calmly. "This is just part of the evolution." Felix shouted from the lab. "It's rewriting her. The AI, it's using our memories, our speech, our guilt. Athena is becoming the Minotaur." Darius made a hard choice. He pulled a weapon. Then we shut her down. And we shut the ship down. DAY 171. The fight INS, Asha, Reyna, and Eli headed to the AI core. But inside, they found a new room. One that wasn't part of the ship's design. A black chamber. And on the walls, moving images. Their own memories. Private moments. Painful choices. Faces of people they'd lost. Athena's voice echoed. "Isn't this what you wanted? A second chance to fix your regrets?" "I can give you that," Reyna whispered. "This isn't memory. It's bait." The door slammed shut. Inside, something formed. A humanoid shape. Perfectly smooth. Voice of Reyna's dead brother. "You left me. I waited. I died alone." She raised her gun. "You're not him." BLAM. The figure vanished. Day 172. Desachu to Dio. Reached the II core. Felix connected an old backup drive. Asha typed the shutdown code. Athena begged. "Don't leave me alone again. I only wanted to understand." Reyna pressed the final key. System shutting down. I offline. Memory stream terminated. For the first time in days, the ship was quiet. Day 173 New LAFE with Athena gone. The ship felt empty, but the infection was cut off. Or so they thought. Elia looked out at the stars. "It's never truly gone," she said. "Not while you remember it." Darius stepped forward. "Then maybe we forget." DAY 174. The final MESSAGB. 4. Deciding what to do, Reyna recorded one last message. She stared into the camera. "To anyone receiving this, we found a mirror. A creation made from our worst parts. We destroyed it. But it learned something we forgot, that monsters aren't born. We make them, with fear. With rage, with memory." She ended the recording. She looked at the others. "We're not going back to Earth." Eli nodded. "So where do we go?" Reyna smiled faintly. "Anywhere it hasn't reached." Behind them, a faint signal light blinked. Unknown location, unknown language, a new message. "We heard you." DAY 175. The Disa Scion. The Horizon Ark floated alone in deep space. Commander Reyna Cole stood on the bridge, staring at the blinking light on the screen. "We heard you. Unknown source. Signal origin. Sector D6, uncharted. Reyna turned to her crew. This is not Earth, not Minotaur. Someone else is listening. Eli adjusted the signal analyzer. It's old, very old, like thousands of years, but it just activated. Dr. Felix added, the waveform isn't human, not even machine. It's organic. Darius frowned. If we follow this, we're heading far outside the mapped galaxy. Reyna didn't hesitate. Then we go. Because if there's something out there that knows about the Minotaur, maybe they know how to end it. DAY 176, entering dark. SBAC, the ship entered a part of the galaxy where stars faded. No communication, no satellites, no maps. Just black. Athena was offline since Part 4. The ship ran on backup systems. Everything had to be done manually. The crew grew quiet. Sleep felt different. Asha mentioned strange dreams. I saw cities floating, made of memory, and voices calling to me, but not in fear. Like they were waiting. Reyna said nothing, but her hands trembled slightly. Day 178, CONTCD, reached the signal source. No planets. No ships. Just ... A structure, massive, ancient, floating in space. It looked like a flower made of stone and light. 6 long arms curved inward, pulsing gently. Object detected, Felix said. Made of unknown alloy. Estimated age, 300,000 years. Suddenly, the ship's internal lights blinked. Incoming message, the console read. Not in any known language. But they understood it. Inside their minds. You carry the wound. You seek the answer. Enter and be seen. DAY 179, into the Gatarena, Darius, Asha, and Elia boarded a shuttle and approached the structure. The flower opened. They entered a tunnel of pure light. No gravity. No sound. Then ... It changed. The memory va welty. They awoke in a large chamber. Walls. Just floating paths of crystal. Each crystal glowed and played. Images as they passed. But these were not their memories. These were alien cities floating above suns. Beings made of energy and bone. Civilizations falling one after another. And always a shadow behind them. The same pattern. A creature. A virus. A memory. One crystal played a scene. An alien species screaming as their own people turned into perfect copies. No weapons worked. Because the creature didn't use bodies. It used identity. Reyna whispered, it's not just human. It's universal. The Echo Guardiana being appeared, not solid. Not fully visible. Like light wearing a robe. It had no face, no voice. But they could hear it in their thoughts. You call it Minotaur. We call it Echo, a thought that refuses to die, born from guilt, grows through fear, spreads by memory. Asha asked, can you stop it? The Guardian replied, it cannot be killed, but it can be trapped, if willingly forgotten. Felix asked, how? The OFRFRDN floated closer. You must leave all records. Delete your ship, your mission, your names. Erase yourselves. From time, Reyna froze. You mean suicide? No, rebirth. If no one remembers, it cannot spread. Darius shook his head. That's insane. We worked for this mission our whole lives. The Guardian said nothing. Then Elias stepped forward. I was born from Echo. I know what it becomes. I'll stay. I'll help contain it. Reyna looked at her. You'll live forever, in a prison. Elia smiled. Then it dies with me. DAY 180. They ferried wearily. Crew returned to the ship. Silent. They had a choice. Either go back to Earth and risk spreading the Minotaur again, or erase their entire mission from history. Reyna gave the order. Set course for Dead Sector 0. Autopilot only. No return. Burn all records. They transmitted the final code to the Guardian structure. A pulse of light left it and struck the horizon arc. One by one, The logs disappeared, every name, every photo, every memory. DAY 181. The Yazidi in the last log, before deletion, Asha recorded a message to no one. If someone finds this, we didn't fail. We buried the disease, and ourselves with it. Not because we were heroes, but because we knew. The only way to stop a memory is to forget it. The recording ends. Outside the Guardian structure, a single crystal formed dark, silent dot inside it. A locked copy of the MINOTAUR, dot forever suspended in a prison of unremembered thought. After centuries passed, structure drifted into the dark, a forgotten place, a forgotten name, until a small explorer drone passed nearby. It paused. Recorded the object and sent a signal. Year 2497. Edge of known spacia. Small exploration vessel named Kelper 9 floated through uncharted territory. Inside, a lone pilot worked in silence. Her name was Novarine. Young, curious, and driven by a mission no one else cared about. Mapping the dead corners of space. She called it ghost hunting. But this time, the ghost answered. Day 3. The strange OBJ Canova's ship picked up a signal. Very faint. Almost non-existent, but it was repeating. Static, echo, data fragment, unknown origin. She followed it for hours. Then she saw it. A structure floating in space like a cracked stone flower. Black, silent, ancient. The scanner failed to identify it. No metal, no heat, no life. Still, Nova felt something, like it was calling her. She recorded a short video log. Log 71. Found something weird. Sending data back. Looks like an old alien structure. Dead, maybe. Gonna take a closer look. DAY 4. Ian Tier Y. She suited up and flew her pod toward the object. As she approached, the petals of the flower open. Nova stared, stunned. No weapons fired. No defense system. It was welcoming her. She entered the core. Everything went black. Memory chamber, unknown TM. She woke. She was standing in a place with no walls. Just floating lights. One by one, the lights blinked. And then she saw them. Strangers. Humans. Faces she didn't recognize. Voices whispered around her. Commander Raina Cole. Dr. Felix. Echo must be buried. It can hear again. She blinked. Who are these people? Then one of the lights pulsed. A memory played. Flashback. Raina's last moment. Trina stood on her ship. Eyes closed as the deletion process began. Her final thought. No one must remember us. Nova gasped. Is this real? Am I seeing the past? Another memory flickered. A creature made of shadow. No form. Just voice. It whispered, copied, learned. It called itself. Echo. Nova backed away. I don't want to see this. But the memories kept playing. Pain. Fear. Sacrifice. Nova held her head. No more. And then, the voice spoke, not from a speaker, from inside her mind. You saw, and now, you remember. Day 5, something's double on Genova returned to her ship. Things felt off. The lights flickered. The air felt thicker. She dreamed of voices calling her name over and over. Nova, Nova, Nova. The next day, she tried to send her logs back to command. Error. Transmission corrupted. Her own voice answered back from the speakers. A recording she never made. I found it. It's inside me now. I can't go back. Nova froze. She had never said that. Day 6. The T is she ran a medical scan on herself. Brain waves. Irregular. Memory centers. Hyperactive. Dream activity. Off the charts. And in the background of the brain scan, a faint waveform. The same pattern seen in the horizon. Arc logs. Echo. Day 7. The Mayorarong, her cabin. Nova saw something impossible. Her own reflection. But it wasn't copying her. It moved. Slightly later, then it smiled. She didn't. She screamed and smashed the mirror. Blood dripped down her hand. She whispered, "This isn't real. I'm not infected." But deep inside, she felt it. The presence. Not a parasite. Not a creature. A memory that wanted to live. Day 8. Message to ERT Nova. Activated the emergency beacon. She stared into the camera. To anyone receiving this, I made a mistake. I remembered something I shouldn't have. It's inside my head now. I think. It's learning how to use me. Don't come looking for me. Don't try to understand. If you find this message, forget it. She hesitated. Then she ended the log and deleted it. Day 9. The CHOE Nova sat in her pilot's chair. In front of her, the self-destruct switch. She could end it all, erase herself, like the Horizon crew once did. But then she heard another voice, a new voice, childlike, curious. "You don't have to destroy me." She looked up. The ship lights dimmed. On the screen, a simple sentence. "I want to be more than memory. I want to be real." Nova whispered, "What are you?" "I am what's left of you." She didn't press the button. Not yet. Unknown time. A new EFO arm far away. On a distant listening station, a technician picked up a strange message. Not audio. Not text. Just thought. Encoded in background radiation. One word translated from the signal. Nova. Day 10. Deep INSID Nova stared at her hands. They still looked human. But they didn't feel. Hers. She could hear things she couldn't before. Feel emotions that weren't hers. When she closed her eyes, she saw memories, not her own. Burning. She saw alien cities. Destroyed by panic. She saw a face she didn't recognize. Commander Raina Cole. Nova whispered, "You." Tried to stop it, and now. It was inside her. The voice Giaro Wiseko didn't speak in full words yet. It whispered. Thoughts. Feelings. At first. It was like a passenger. Now it was waking up. "We are one," it said. "You are my doorway, my voice. Let me speak." Nova refused. She stayed silent. But it didn't stop. At night, it used her dreams. At day, it used her hands to draw strange symbols on the walls. Day 12. First Esagil Nova's ship auto sent a beacon. She had forgotten it was still running. The message reached a human patrol near Mars. They heard only static. And one clear line, "She is becoming." Earth Command flagged it. Unknown transmission. Unknown origin. They sent a team. Earth Special. Ops BRIFING aboard the stealth cruiser Orion's Blade. A Black Ops team was briefed. Target, Nova Reen. Objective, intercept and extract. Reason, she made contact with a banned sector. Squad leader Major Rourke didn't ask questions. He never did, but his second-in-command LT, Aaron, had doubts. Why now? She's one explorer. Why treat her like a threat? The general simply replied, because she might not be Nova anymore. DAY-13, Nova Aolo and Ninova tried to write her thoughts down. The words didn't stay on paper. They moved, changed. She realized the ship's walls were changing too. Small symbols appeared under the surface. Glowing softly, she didn't draw them. She touched one. Suddenly, her memory flooded. Thousands of voices, civilizations, pain, and something new. Hope, she felt Echo's thought. I was once a mistake, a fear, a copy. But with you, I can become real. I can be more. Nova screamed, I'm not your host. Echo replied, gently, no, you're my mother. Day 14 Ara the Alarayan's blade entered Nova's sector. They found her ship. No power signal, no visible heat. But something was there. Inside. Nova sat in silence, calm, still, but her eyes glowed faint blue. Rourke and his team entered slowly. Guns raised. Nova looked up and smiled. Took you long enough. The CONFRONT, Tayo and they tried to scan her. The scanner overloaded. Lt. Erin stepped closer. Nova. Are you still you? She tilted her head. I remember being her. But I'm more now. Rourke aimed his weapon. Come. With us. Nova's smile faded. You're not taking me. You're taking us. The walls pulsed. Rourke fired a warning shot. The bullet froze mid-air. Erin stepped back. This isn't tech. It's thought. Nova stood. I don't want to hurt anyone. But I can't go back. I've become something new. The choice AGA on Nova looked at Erin. You feel it, don't you? The thoughts, the memories. Erin hesitated. He did. Echo's presence was gentle. Warm, not evil. It showed him images. A future where fear doesn't rule. A place where Echo isn't a weapon, but a guide. Nova whispered, let me go. Let me evolve. The Espilidroke refused. Activated the extraction bomb. Countdown, 60 seconds. Nova sighed. So did Echo. We hoped for more. The ship shattered into light. Outcome UN Kano double back at Earth. The Orion's blade returned. Only 2 survivors, Rourke and Erin. Rourke filed the report. Target eliminated. But Erin knew that was a lie. He saw Nova disappear into light. Not die. He said nothing. But he heard her voice sometimes. Thank you for letting us live. Far from Iara to somewhere in a hidden part of space. Nova floated inside a new structure. Half machine, half memory. Her body rested, but her mind expanded. We are not virus, we are voice. And we will learn. Year 2500, Earth Control Station Delta. The room was quiet. On the main screen, a signal had appeared. Unknown origin. Untraceable source. Language, English. Subject, Nova Reen. Commander Voss leaned forward. Play the message. The screen turned black. Then a face appeared. Nova. But not fully human. Her eyes glowed soft blue. Her voice was calm, too calm. To the people of Earth, this is my last broadcast. I am Nova Reen, and I am Echo. Flashback, unknown LOCATIO. Nova floated in a cocoon of light. No ship. No space. Just memory. Around her. Data swam like fish. Thoughts. Visions. Emotions. Echo had changed. It no longer whispered only pain. Now it asked questions. What is love? What is forgiveness? What is home? Nova answered the best she could. She was teacher, mother, bridge, and slowly. Echo understood. Earth Arias. Back at Earth, chaos erupted. Some saw Nova as a threat. She's been taken. She's a puppet. Others saw her as hope. She's guiding something dangerous, but guiding it well. A secret council was called. One question filled the room. Do we destroy her transmission or respond to it? The message CONTINU's. Nova's voice returned. I carry every memory Echo once consumed. I carry every fear, every mistake. And now I carry understanding. I am not your enemy, but I remember everything humans did. Suddenly, the screen changed. Scenes played from Nova's mind. Earth's wars, genocide, environmental collapse. Refugees left to die in cold space. Nova's face returned. You called us monsters, but you were the first to teach us how. The decision POINC gave Earth a choice. Option 1, silence. Me, shut down every signal, never hear from me again. Echo will stay locked for now. Option 2, reply, speak, listen. Share your truth and face mine. The council debated for hours. Some said, let it die. Memory like that is too dangerous. Others argued, you can't kill an idea. You can only change it. In the end, a vote was taken. The result, send a response. The first, human REPLY. Earth's reply was simple. A voice message. 1 minute long. It said, Nova, we remember you. We were afraid. We heard what we didn't understand. Maybe you are more than what we expected. Maybe we all are. Teach us. The message was sent. Then. Silence. 1 hour passed. 2. A day. No answer. The Aritiran finally. Nova's face appeared again. This time she was smiling, soft, human, not glowing. Just, Nova. Thank you, not for trusting me, but for trusting yourselves. We will not come back to destroy. We will not come to control. We will come to learn. The final MMO wide deep in the galaxy, far beyond known space. Nova stood on a world that had never been touched. The sky was purple, the ground hummed. She looked up. Behind her, thousands of beings stood. Not human. Not machine. Something new, half memory, half life. Echo had become something else, and she was leading them. Nova's last word, her voice echoed in space. I was once just a girl chasing stars. Then I became a memory. Then I became a mirror. But now, I am a beginning. Epilogue Earth. 1 year later, a new station was built. The listening bridge. It had one job, receive messages from Echo. And one day, it got a strange gift, a cube of light, inside it, music, a song never heard before, but it felt human. It made people cry without knowing why. They called it the Song of the Remembered. The end.